Hey YouTube, this is Natalie with the Nomadic Nubian, and welcome to my Nomadic Meals with Nat. Tonight I'm going to be cooking curry. This is one of my kids' favorite dish, and one of their favorite places to shop here in Atlanta is H Mart. And H Mart has this really great curry powder. It's just like an easy meal for us instead of having to use all these seasonings. And this is just a really easy, quick curry powder. And I get mild and medium, because I personally am not a very spicy person. My daughter doesn't like a lot of spice. My son is super, super spicy, so I'm sure he'll add all kinds of spice in his bowl afterwards. But right now I'm going to heat up some extra virgin olive oil. And I've already cubed and sauteed my chicken. And about 2 chicken breasts is what I use. Typically I would use boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I like that in curry, but I had this, needed to use it. I've also cubed some potatoes. I'm going to get ready to saute those now. And I have onions. Now, I'm not going to saute the onions right now because the onions will cook super fast. The potatoes are going to take a little longer, so let's get those in here and get those started. Now, my pan's been heated, so it's already hot. Go ahead and just slide your potatoes in the pan, get those cooking. I'm on about a medium heat, and I cubed them really small. I mean, this is probably like how I cube them, because I want them to cook fast. I mean, I don't want to sit here for the next 45 minutes trying to saute potatoes. Okay, so that's all my potatoes. And there's no cross-contamination, because at the end of the day, they're all going to be cooked, and then they're going to go back into the curry mixture that I'm going to make, and they're going to cook again there. So let me saute these, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I just wanted to share a little tip if you don't already know. I'm going to put my curry over a bed of rice. Rice is just what the kids like with their curry. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to make 1 cup of rice, because it's just a meal for tonight. I don't want to have to store anything and use my storage container. So I'm just going to do 1 cup of rice. It'll be enough for all of us for one meal tonight. So what I do is, when you make rice, rinse it. Rinse your rice. So I'm going to take 1 cup of my rice here. See? So that's 1 cup. And I'm just going to put it in a bowl. A small little bowl that I have. And again, it's December, so I'm winterized, so I don't have any water flowing out of my sink, so I'm using bottled water. So I'm going to put some bottled water in my bowl, and I'm just going to rinse my rice. And if you've never done this before, and you've always just eaten your rice just right into the water, do this. And you will be so surprised what a difference washed rice is. So I'm gonna, and I don't know if you can see this, you probably maybe can or can't, but you see how cloudy that water is? That water is very cloudy. Now I'm gonna, again, take a look at how cloudy that water is. Now I'm gonna rinse this a couple times, and I'm gonna come back to you, and you're gonna see how clear that water can be. Okay, I'm back. Now I just rinsed my rice. I actually rinsed it 3 times. And so I put it in a bowl with some water, swish it around, and then I strain it in a strainer, a little dollar store strainer. And while it could be rinsed out maybe once more, but look how much more clear the water is. You can actually see the rice. Can you see it? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not sure. But you can actually see the rice through this. It's not as cloudy as it was. So anyways, I'm going to take that and strain that one more time. Strain, 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 strain. Tap all the rice out of there. And my water's not quite boiling. I'm not going to add salt to my water, and that's because the curry is salty enough. I'm trying to to get away from sodium, so I really don't salt things much. I like to use like the Mrs. Dashes, things like that are salt-free. Salt's not good for you. Do I use it? Yes. I'm trying to get away from it. So that's what I'm going to do. Once my water boils, it's not quite ready, but once my water finishes boiling, I'm going to go ahead and throw my rice in there and then finish sauteing my potatoes. They're almost done, so I'll be right back once I start getting everything together. And I'll show you what the curry looks like once I put it in. Okay, I'm back. So what I've done is I have my rice cooking here in my pan on a very low heat. And I put 6 cups of water because you need 3 cups of water per pack. So I have 6 cups of water in here with my potatoes and my onions. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up and put the powder in. This is curry powder. So as you know, there is turmeric in here. And that is a very bright yellow color. You don't want that on your hands, on your countertop, anything. So cut it over a plate. Don't let it fall anywhere. And you can stir it in. I'm just going to go ahead and use my whisk. You want to put it in while it's at a medium heat. You don't really want it to be rolling, boiling while you're putting this in, so that way it'll mix nicely. So I waited until my water got really hot. I'm going to go ahead and just whisk that in. This thickens up so fast. And this particular brand says to let the your vegetables tenderize in the water before adding the turmeric. I would never do that because that just makes me feel like it would be waterlogged. Like, I don't want my vegetables to taste like water. I want them to taste like this flavoring. So I always put the flavor in right away. I don't wait for, you know, my meat to be completely cooked. But it is. It's already completely cooked. It's been sauteed, so I put it in right away. And this stuff thickens up really fast. So you might think, oh, that's a lot of water. You're good. So this is my medium spice. I'm just going to put that in, stir it in really nicely, a little bit at a time. I haven't added my chicken back because I wanted to have space in the water to be able to whisk my curry powder in. And if I put the chicken in, I wouldn't have that space, and I don't want it to clump up. You don't want to put too much in at a time because you want it to whisk, and it will thicken up so fast. I want it to be broken up. So there we have it. All my curry. Now look at this. Let me show you. Look how, I mean, it thickens up so fast. It was just water, and it thickens up very fast. So it's already pretty thick. And I'm going to let that simmer for as long as it's going to take my rice to cook. So I'm going to put that on a low. Let this simmer a bit. And I probably have maybe 10 more minutes to go on my rice. So as soon as my rice is done and everything's done cooking here and I'm sauteing everything, I'll show you what I have.